I'm not even gonna bother to. Oh. I wouldn't be having such a hard time with all the smoke if he'd just worn his helmet. I mean, again, I like the brown. I do kind of get because like Titus's armor, like that cobalt blue, really stands out in contrast to all like just the grime and muck. Again, I don't know how necessarily stealthy that would be, but hey, I'm not a multi-hundred-year-old like a walking weapon of mass destruction, so what do I know? I mean, old Rowboat's the one who wrote the damn thing. I mean, I guess it's the fashionable thing to dog, like, Rabute Galaman. I do like him in the new lore, like, in Heresy and the new, and, since the era Indomitus, I'm actually, like, kind of getting on board with him, like, just... I mean, he still has, like, the Primarch thing of, wah, daddy, why? But, I mean, like, especially in Era Indomitus, like, the reunion with him and the Emperor, where he talks about how he saw the Emperor, and the Emperor didn't look at him like a son, he looked at him like how a man looks at someone. I think the exact quote was how a man looks at someone who's handing him a rasp. And he wasn't the person handing him the rasp, he was the rasp. So... I do like that. Kind of makes you feel like a little bit of sympathy for him, like how he realizes he just sort of abandoned his adoptive mother and father, who truly did love him, for the Emperor and his lofty ideals that aren't true. Like there are gods. Gods exist in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. The whole ethos of the Great Crusade that there are no gods, it's all nonsense, is a complete lie. Everything he fought for, everything he conquered, everything he abandoned when he left Ultramar and his parents, like, Galaman, like, realized it was nothing. It was a lie. His father did a big fibby-wibby. Also, like, this, like, he weighs several tons, he should fall through that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It was all a lie, and I don't know, that's just really powerful. Like, you actually do feel for him. He still has that, like, kind of just cheesy Gary Stu energy to him, but I did actually feel bad for Galaman in that, and the fact that he's having to fight Mortarion, who, I mean, I also play Death Guard in 40k, so, like, just getting that model is... Oh my god, that model's amazing. It's probably one of the best Games Workshop has produced. Oh, let's see what this one does. The Power Axe is sheathed in a sparking power field which delivers devastating blows, able to crack open heavy armor. Mouse 2 to strike, F plus mouse 5 to stun. See combat controls and pause menu for a list of attacks. I should probably look at it. God, I'll look at it so I don't look like a complete moron. Power Axe. Okay, strike, gain fury. Backhand strike, more fury. Into chop, into jumping strike. Light stun, the kick, the shoulder bash. Then a heavy overhead slash, execute still E.
Orcs! An entire horde! Antioch, hold the lift. We have orcs inbound. Space Marines to kill!
Okay, so it goes do, so it should be okay. I don't know how it do. When in doubt, just Power Axe. Hold back, gain fury, and regen off that. Till your Iron Halo recharges. Which, I mean, the whole thing of it just half the time just negates damage like it does in the actual tabletop probably wouldn't work in this. Let's chunky roll through there, get rid of him. who's lighting me up? Okay. Shootable. I just remember... Oh, God. Chuck grenades time. Alright. Yeah, I remember that probably being like, my friends and I played this back, oh god, I think I was still in college. Because I'm an old fucker. Ooh, critical work. Good. Get the quickies in. Oh. oh, that's a good one. I do like that. Oh. Oh.
Corporal Antioch?
Yes, my lord.
We have
Face
word
of Scarlet?
that an Inquisitor is in the manufactorum.
Yes, Lord Drogon. We have not seen him for several days.
Not suspicious at all.
Has the Liberation fleet arrived, my lord?
The fleet is still en route, Corporal. The Ultramarines are here as a vanguard to cripple the enemy and secure the most valuable assets.
Which is what Space Marines are for, like, in the war. Like, they are...
All I can say
They
is certain
they operate
is that
as
the orcs breached
elite
this gate, my lord.
special forces, going behind enemy lines typically, or just acting as a force multiplier. Now, in some chapters, like the ironically of Ultramarine stock, supposedly, are like the Marines of Malevolent tend to operate at almost full chapter strength. Oh god, the Marines of Malevolent are another great one. They might not be Ultramarines, they might be Loyalist Iron Warriors, because they still keep the Edict of Nicaea. They are assholes. They are bitter assholes, and
We are, my lord.
Thanks, Corporal.
Oi, keep that muzzle clean,
if
Dutchman.
I might have my wife put this in here, like just cut out for it, because it is a great, it's probably the only TikTok I've ever enjoyed. Don't know if I'm like just stutter stepping him, but okay, we got full ammo for that. Now that I realize how that fucking gun works, it's pretty damn great. Yeah, we'll probably be calling it here around 20 minutes or so, but oh my god, this game is amazing. It's not a, it's a good game. It's like, if you can pick this up for 5-ish American or less, preferably less, it's worth it. I mean, you know, like I've got it. My monitor's just 2K. That's why I'm doing this. Jesus Christ, are those auto cannons, rotary cannons, I guess. All right. He hasn't prayed to not a damn one of them. Maybe that's why things keep fucking up for old Captain Titus. If he'd pray to the damn things, appease the machine spirits, they might not be so pissy at him. I don't know. But getting back to my other tangent, like, it's a fun game. It is ostensibly worth about $5. Don't be a sucker and pay $30 for it like I did when the game was new. I enjoyed it. Like, I like it. I don't...
Titan Invictus seems undamaged at least. Titan
Oh.
Invictus seems unused.
Ah, God.
Is this invasion not enough to bring out the War Titans? It takes hundreds to get a War Titan operational, Sergeant.
I don't like... I know there's a lot of nostalgia for this old, like, straight up and down. I like the new Titans. They feel more in place with how the rest of Imperial technology goes, and it's like they're a callback to how things were in before the heresy. Like, this is cool. Like, you have the two, I think those are turbo laser destroyers, two volcano cannons, I believe warlords have tertiary weapons systems throughout, and like sundry guns just to keep the chaff that the Skitarii can't keep away from around the leggies. That is not a bad design. I mean, I think in real life, like, not one bit of that. Like this, the straight leg is not good. Just having a pair, not good. You preferably want multiple, so like if you like the back legs get taken out, you can still like hobble along on just the forelegs. But even then, like, it just...
Captain, this is an auger station. I can scan for the Inquisitor's life.
Oh, a servitor.
Access authorized.
In the anyone who has somehow stumbled across this and doesn't know, like, the
Ordo Xenos.
He's in this wing of the manufactorum.
the Imperium, by order of the Emperor of Mankind himself, expressly forbids the use of artificial intelligence, largely because they did try and eliminate humanity during the dark age of technology. So Imperium does make use of very limited AI. For a science fiction universe, it's probably about on par with the quote-unquote AI we have today. It's not passing the Turing test, let alone gaining free will anytime soon. And that is by design. The Men of Iron was like like when humanity had its golden age, its first interstellar empire. The Men of Iron were what almost brought that low. Oh, that Titan doesn't look sick. So it was like when the Emperor founded the Imperium, that was like one of the first big no-nos, is no artificial intelligence whatsoever, because it worked so poorly the first time. So they will typically, there are certain things where you need the machine to operate autonomously, that to get around that, what they will do is they do have some very limited AIs, the machine spirits. They're very limited AIs, and they'll do something like they'll just control, like for a Space Marine Land Raider, for example, it'll just control like targeting, stuff like that. But they will often pair it like the I don't think this was... I think it was mentioned in the war, but it wasn't... They didn't have models. They were a questionable canonity, whatever, at this time.
Use this panel to contact our other forces.
Not directly, but I can boost Vox range.
Oh, cool. That you can...
Access authorized.
You can use a human brain, essentially, just so there's a human element for AI, or AI equivalent. That's what servitors are. They're very limited, but even then they're not at all intelligent. Even the robots the Mechanim use.
Manufactorum and have located the Titan Invictus. I need Solinus to come secure the Invictus while I divert to a priority alarm.
On our way, Captain. Might us out.
But yeah, like they will use them. They have typically human brains, or just background humans, essentially merged with them. Just anything to prevent them from gaining sentience and rebelling. I want to say Blackstone Fortress actually do have a functional Man of Iron. And he is also... I think his rules are like he's obnoxious on purpose, which is cool. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I hope we're coming up to another fight. Like, as much as I've loved jabbering on about 40k nonsense, I do kind of want... I'm gonna wrap it up here fairly soon, so I would like one more battle, just... The Orc Shutan. Yeah, they were probably supposed to drop down. Can I blow that up? Ooh, I can. Different kind of exploding barrel. Probably should switch over to this one. God, a Raven Guard game would be great. I love this game, but it just, like, even with Space Marine 2 on the horizon, like, it just makes me think of all the chapters I'd rather play. Like, a Raven Guard would be sick. Of course, personal favorite, White Scars. Or maybe even go back to the Heresy, like, pre-Heresy during the Great Crusade. Like, I don't know. I mean, this is one of my personal favorite legions. Like, you could be, like, where you'd want to be primarily shooting. You could be, like, an Iron Warrior just to get that classic grimdark feel of futuristic trench warfare, that you're just like a number in a trench, like that's part of the battle calculus, like X, even as an Astartes, like X of you can die so long as it happens under these parameters and we're still gonna win. And that is all that was looked at in the Iron Warriors, because Perturabo, not gonna lie, also kind of a huge dickhead. I liked him, like I felt bad for him, but half of that shit was his fault pretty substantively. Like, he didn't have to virus bomb. I don't remember if he just used nukes or if he actually virus bombed his home planet or his adoptive home world. But he didn't have to do that. And of course he went to Horus, who had already started to fall to chaos at that time. So of course he's like, well, Purdy, you know, only I can forgive you. Our dad won't. I mean, admittedly, his dad is an asshole. Oh, let's see.
Disregard all safety protocols.
Inquisitor Drogon?
Ooh.
I am Drogon. And you are?
Captain Titus of the Ultramarines.
That's an odd claw mark. If you'll notice, orcs don't got claws like that. I wonder something fishy's up with him.
What is the status of the experimental device?
I bet it's not fucky chaos stuff.
It's running the entire manufactorum from the generator room.
This device is a fuel source, not a weapon?
It is a complex device and an unstable one. If the orcs find it, they'll try to take it apart. It could detonate with enough force to destroy the entire planet.
I mean, that's some orcs would too. Like,
Safety.
And for that, Captain, I need your aid. This way.
You are wounded, Inquisitor Drogon.
I do like how they give it.
My psychic abilities are controlling the bleeding.
I mean, biomancy is a thing in the 41st millennium, but I wonder when. It's almost like there's a state of being all humans achieve sooner or later that you bleed for a while. That's usually how you get there, and then you stop. Huh. Ooh, the war boss.
You try to steal my titans? Steal my loot? I'll rip your guts right out your throat!
The orc himself.
I'm gonna put your head on a spike, Space Marine! It's gonna
They keep saying the name of the game. Oh my god, Space Marine. I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously in 8th and 9th, which, I mean, I get it, like, why they made this change. Like, used to, like, if it was over double the strength of your attack in 40k, like actual tabletop does, your attack didn't do anything. Like, it was just considered, like, your weapons were useless. I could see why they removed it. It does feel a little shitty that a bunch of conscripts with like the shittiest las guns that may or may not have working guns, just depend on how generous the quartermaster is feeling that day. Like that they, you know, like that they can take down a knight, which is essentially the Titan earlier. That it's essentially a small one of those. I'd always have to say that that's more foreshadowing these tanking all these hits, but I mean, like, my 2 Space Marine cohorts have been just getting wailed on by these knobs for a while. And they're fine. They're fine. Alright, well, we'll be looking for a place to wind down. Maybe we can get another quick encounter. I think I scum it, like... There's no reason not to scum it, I think. We get our grenades. We get our ammos. Oh God, where did the 40-year-old dude with the emo hair go to? Our Inquisitor. That's something I need to look into, how that game is. That might be fun. Might try it out. Alright. I'll probably be wrapping it up here. We'll go through this next loading area. Maybe there'll be another quick fight. But it is... the hour grows late.
The orc has a scent for us now. Damnable creature! Had he not blundered onto this world?
But he did, Drogon.
I would honestly kind of like them to do something where they like swarm you here. Let's see.
Space Marine recognized. Full access granted.
Plasma pistol unlocked. The Mark III Sun Fury plasma pistol fires balls of superheated plasma. It can fire quick shots or a powerful charge blast. This weapon replaces your bolt pistol. Mouse 1 to fire. Hold mouse 1 for the charge shot or event, which you have instead of reloading. So, if you actually hit the right button and you're not a moron, it's a small version of that plasma cannon.
There. We must get to that lift.
It's just another infinite ammo thing. Something you... in newer editions you would take because just the amount of things that let you reroll ones is kind of worth it, because that's the only way you blow yourself up with a plasma pistol. But I would never take that in older editions because I would roll a 1 and my character would just die, and I'd be very sad. Because I essentially paid a points cost upgrade to have... oh, a Wizard Boy.
My boys want to give you a proper greeting.
Oh, is this the boss? I was gonna say, like, he... Alright.
Space Marines, kill him!
Oh, that... okay, that's a good one. Okay. Color me impressed game. I legitimately don't remember like those orc breacher dudes having that. I remember them reading shield enemies, but I do not remember being able to take their shields from it and beat them to death with it. I legitimately don't recall that. Okay, I think when we get to the bottom here, unless it goes straight to combat, we're gonna call it. This has been fun though. I do really enjoy this game. Always a... I mean, realistically, it's just a third-person shooter, just a generic slash with, but it has melee. I mean, it's just a generic first-person shooter or third-person shooter, but 40k, and that's really all you need.
The manufactorum? Far deeper. The whole generator room is actually suspended above a venting shaft.
Suspended.
Yes. In case of catastrophic overload, the whole room can be shunted away into the depths.
Ooh. I bet we... do we do that? I don't remember. I mean, that's the good thing about some of the stuff. I am going to be experiencing it again because I haven't played this in over a decade. So I legit don't recall.
Colder than a spaceman's smiling. Yes, a byproduct.
Because they're from an ice planet. That's funny. But yeah, I think I'll call it. Just, so much fun, this game. I mean, I guess I'll just kind of sum up my thoughts on it real quick. Oh, I do, to be as old as it is, I do like just the little dents and dings and stuff. Because I do, because how I paint my captains for 30k, that's what I do. I generally don't go super crazy. I pick it all the trim and stuff, and I just do like little dents and dings where the armor get really, really worn. And I do like that that's in here, mainly because it's what I do, so duh, I'm gonna like it. But yeah, in closing, like, I really like this game. I'm gonna finish it. Like, it's just too good, but I hope that everyone, I hope you do enjoy it. I enjoy this game. I'd recommend picking it up. And yeah, that's about it. Have a great one.